Hey guys, how's it going? Adam Mishan here with another episode. This episode, what I want to talk about is singing with a cold. And what better time to do it than when I actually have a cold? Um, yeah, I'm suffering from nasty sinus congestion, sore throat, mucus on the cords, the whole gamut of a cold. And I'm going to leave in all of the imperfections of this video just so that you guys know what it's actually like to be singing with a cold when I actually have a cold. And I'm going to talk about what I do and how to deal with it. So, um, as opposed to talking about it when I'm actually healthy, and then it's kind of like a distant memory. Right now, I'm in the thick of it. So I can give you guys a real time experience of how to sing through a cold. So first and foremost, what you need to do is make sure that what you have is actually a cold. If you have laryngitis, um, I would wholeheartedly recommend that you do not sing. Try to get as much vocal rest as possible. Try not to speak so much. Try to, do everything you can to get healthy again. Um, you know, People have canceled shows over laryngitis. It's definitely known that you can cause permanent damage to the vocal cords if you sing with laryngitis. So if you have any suspicion of whether or not you have laryngitis, I would say go to a doctor, get it checked out, make sure that what you have is not going on inside your larynx, because that would mean that your vocal cords are swollen, they're, puffy, and you're not going to get very good cord closure no matter how much exercising you're going to do. You're just going to actually damage your voice. So, just want to put that disclaimer out there. Um, get it checked out if you have any suspicion. I know for myself that what I have is a head cold. Everything is going on up here. I've got, my sinuses all blocked. I feel kind of congested all up here. Um, can't hear so well. All that type of stuff. I know for sure I've got a cold. And I'm taking echinacea, trying to get through it with that, drinking lots of water. I mean, in general, as a singer, you should be drinking a lot of water, keeping well hydrated so that when it does come to sing, you don't have to chug back the water to keep your voice from dehydrating. Because actually, what's happening is you're working against yourself because water itself dries out the throat every time it comes through. The hydration that actually hits your vocal cords is only going to come 20 minutes after you ingest the water. So it goes through your whole blood, all throughout your whole body, through your blood system, and then the hydration finally reaches your vocal cords 20 minutes later. So you want to make sure that if you have a show or if you have anything coming up that you are or you have to sing, that you are well hydrated 20 minutes before you have to go on stage, or sing for any audience or sing for yourself, whatever you're going to be doing. You want to be well hydrated 20 minutes before you go on. So that's an important point. So in general, you want to be well hydrated, but here specifically, because we're trying to flush out the bug, you want to keep well hydrated. Got my water here. Listen to my own advice. Okay. Now I'm not drinking that so that I can keep going. I'm drinking that because I want to keep myself hydrated. Anyways, so keeping well hydrated is number one. Number two, try not, in general, I would suggest, unless it's really bad, try not to use any antihistamines. So those are like Advil cold and sinus, that type of stuff, because basically what it does, the reason why it's there is it's used to clear out your sinuses, which actually dries out the mucus. But what the problem with that is it also dries out different parts of your body. So antihistamines also dry out the vocal cords. So if possible, when you're about to sing, try not to use it because it will have a tendency to dry out your vocal cords. So it's another little tidbit that I've come across. Um, as well, when it comes to exercising the voice, you want to make sure to go slow with it. Right now, it's about 12:30. It's actually probably about like 1 something in the afternoon. And still, my voice is not up to par to start singing right now. Still got tons of phlegm on my vocal cords. Um, I've got a very, my voice is having a tendency right now to sit in the back of my throat. So what you want to do is do exercises that are going to bring the voice a little bit more forward in resonance, so that it kind of lifts it out of your throat. Um, so you want to do things like an NG exercise. Uh, bringing that tone forward up into the pharyngeal, lifting the voice a little bit higher. Doing things like the ah, ah. Those types of exercises are going to bring the voice a little bit more forward and bring out a little bit more presence in your voice, just naturally in your speaking voice. So that's important, doing those types of exercises. Start slow. What I always start with, and what I did this morning, is lip rolls. Just do those lip rolls. Any semi-occluded vocal exercises are going to help because they create supraglottal pressure that kind of evens out the subglottal pressure that you have when you're trying to create sound. So it kind of balances out the two balance each other out, and you won't get as swollen vocal cords if you're doing those exercises. So those would be like the puffy cheek exercise. Tongue trills. What are the ones? Tiny ooh exercise. Vocalizing through a straw, which is basically the same thing. You put a straw in. All of these exercises are really going to help with cord closure. It's going to get those vocal cords to come together at a very fine degree and reduce any type of swelling that's happening at the cords because of the ailment that you have. Do those slowly, drinking room temperature water as you work through it so that you can kind of warm up the voice slowly. And also, if you can, try to do some top down slides. So, like a ooh, ooh. Those top down exercises really help, and I can already feel that it's helping with my voice just now while I'm speaking to you. It can help get the resonance shifting a little bit easier, and you're not pulling up the weight. So you're not going where you have to pull up the weight of chest and even out and thin out to get up into your head. You can just start in head voice and let it balloon into your chest voice, which can really be helpful. You can even do this on an ah vowel. Even going a little bit slower. Right now, you can tell my voice is not well warmed up, and you can hear that I'm sick. And I wouldn't recommend going right off the bat with open vowel exercises, because they are going to have the tendency to want you to pull chest and also reduce your chances of having good cord closure. So work with it. Work from the semi-occluded ones, doing lip rolls down, obviously smoother than that, and then doing scales with it. So or or and just moving through your range with any one of those scales is useful. Um, and just doing that for keeping it slow, making sure that you're not moving too fast. Don't get frustrated with your voice. Um, and take frequent breaks. This also really helps with not getting frustrated with your voice. So if you're like, okay, I've got to sing at, let's say, I mean, let's hope you don't get a morning show. But if you were to be unlucky and you have to go on the radio early in the morning, they called you into a radio show, you're sick. I would wake up, personally, I would go to bed really early, wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, get into the shower, and just turn on the heat and the steam, get that steam going, breathe in that steam, allow it to loosen up the vocal cords, and then start doing some vocal exercises, just vocalizing at a very medium volume, keeping it nice and easy, focusing on release. That's what you want. You don't want to get into anything heavy right off the bat. You want to release the voice, allow it to ease through your bridges, do that type of stuff, and then take a break. If you hop out of the shower, go, I would say do a little bit of cardiovascular exercise, because cardio is going to get the blood pumping. It's going to get those vocal cords to loosen up a little bit more. I find myself that when I run for half an hour or do jumping jacks or whatever, some type of cardio exercise, it really warms up my voice without any exercises, without any vocal exercises. It warms up my voice automatically a lot more. So that can definitely help. And then I would move into the more a little bit more beefy type exercises. So like a type of exercise, keeping that larynx low, making sure that it's not jumping up on you, because the natural tendency is going to be to strain for higher notes. So keeping it with the short, explosive b, 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 keeping it nice and explosive on each one. B, 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 b. You keep, as long as you keep it explosive and keeping that build up of pressure going through there, you're going to keep that chord closure, and they're gonna cut. Your vocal cords are gonna come together. My voice is right now not ready for that, really. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. But that's what I would say. Work into that. And then start singing some songs lightly. Don't power into them right away. Whatever songs you're going to be singing, sing them nice and easy. Try to figure out, okay, where is my voice today on all these notes, all these different vowel consonant combinations, and see how your voice is sitting. Don't push anything. You really don't want to push anything when you're not at 100% of your capacity. So start off slow, and then as you gradually work up volume, you want to make it to where you get to the point of performance volume. And by that time, if you've taken it slow enough and you've worked through all these exercises, not quickly glossing through them as I did in this exercise, or in this video, just to show you guys what you're supposed to be doing. If you took your time to do it, then you're going to be set up properly for singing at the best you possibly can while you have a cold. You're never going to be at 100%. It's just, that's the way it's going to be because you have a cold. Make sure you realize that and you cut yourself some slack, because you're not going to be operating at your full potential. So if you guys have any other questions, please don't hesitate to email me or to message me here. Leave your comments down below, future videos that you guys want to see. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Going to be coming out hopefully once I get over this cold with some new cover videos. So lots more happening. Um, I'll keep it coming, and you guys just keep watching. So hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day.